Community means love. If you don't have love in a community and trust as a foundation, then you are lost. And our group of people down here are all together. If something were to come up, they automatically take care of it.
Community means being in the company of other people who share responsibility for you and share responsibility for the way that community operates and feels.
Because we have this goal in common. We don't really know each other, but we have habitat in common. There's a bond.
Instead of seeing what you can get, it puts you in a place where, what can I do?
Community is all about attitude. It's about whether you want to be there and want to invest in your neighborhood, and whether you care about your neighbors as much as you care about yourself and your own family.
The community gets demonstrated in lots of different ways, sometimes really exciting and sometimes a little more bureaucratically, but it happens when humans get together and they feel safe and responsible for each other.
The effect of the Habitat program on families is profound. Time and time again, we've seen the magical transformation for families as they've gone through the Habitat program. In some cases, they've gone from homelessness to owning their own home. But we realized many years ago that the one home, one lot approach was not enough. We needed to think a lot bigger than that. We came up with what we call the new paradigm for affordable housing. Now, instead of building single homes, we're building communities. We're creating and recreating whole communities based on the will and the vision of the people who live there.
I am a new partner family since this past April. I'll be working with Habitat to build my home, and I'll be able to afford to actually own a home, so that's really exciting. As a single mom, that's something I'd never be able to do without somebody's help, is owning my own home, and that's definitely something that I would want for my children.
I work at the Habitat store. I do a little bit of everything. Basically, I'm the warehouse coordinator, the truck driver. Whatever need to be done, I help to do it. You know, I always wanted a home. It was a dream that I tucked away for many, many years, and just knew it was impossible, you know, to my previous lifestyle and everything. And my credit, I just knew I wasn't going to have a home, and it didn't matter anymore. But after I got married, I really wanted it for my family. I used to take rides on Sundays and go, you know, in different neighborhoods and things like that up in the mountains, see these beautiful homes, and I look over and I see my wife just looking. It hurt so bad to see. I know she wanted a home so bad, you know, and everything, and I thought wasn't able to give her this. And I wasn't able to give her this if it wasn't for Habitat for Humanity.
My experience with Habitat has been absolutely wonderful. They're the best people in the world. They care about you. They're upfront and honest, and I just adore them.
We're very eager to be part of the solution where we break the cycle of generational poverty. We saw Sunrise as a moral and ethical imperative. There was a contract on the land from another developer who was going to do what developers do. The problem is that there simply wasn't any place for the families there to go, and we just couldn't let that happen. We had no idea how we were going to do it, but we knew that we had to do it.
In the beginning, it was terrifying, absolutely terrifying for everybody, because we weren't sure if we were going to have a place to live. But it didn't take long before Habitat, you know, told us the facts and smoothed out our ruffled feathers and let us know that we were going to be taken care of, very well taken care of.
Many of the people at Sunrise were former residents there. During the process of the building and the planning and all that, we made sure that there were opportunities for those existing residents and the new residents to get together, get to know each other. So it wasn't just, you know, bringing and plopping people in. It was building the relationships that are critical to have a good neighborhood.
Watching the construction go on was absolutely fascinating. We felt like we were part of it. And we got to meet so many interesting volunteers and people came to help. We were like one huge family.
Sunrise is the first trailer park transformation in the country without resident displacement. What we hope to do is to essentially create a model that can be replicated here, or Des Moines, or Albuquerque, or Dubuque, or wherever there's a trailer park with the same kind of threat to its existence.
They presented the opportunity on Sunrise, and that gave us the opportunity to merge our business goals and our social goals. We have economic interests that we're trying to achieve at Sunrise, just like we would in any of our other projects. We build a product, we attempt to design it to meet the market and include features that the market wants and is willing to pay for. We think there's a lot of very good things happening. It'll be a good place for our customers to buy.
What we want to make sure of is that we've got a community, that someone who does buy a market rate home feels part of the community, that it is a great place to live. That is probably the most critical ingredient in making certain that the whole process of integrating mixed income works. There's an opportunity for people to learn from one another.
We were approached by the owner of Southwood in 2007, who liked our promise of non-displacement to the residents at Sunrise. It's important to understand that if Southwood weren't redeveloped by Habitat, it would be redeveloped by somebody else. And 350 trailers worth of people, 1,500 people who are housed, would be displaced.
The first and most likely is some commercial developer would have come in, literally leveled the whole place all at once, started to put up high-end condominiums and homes and that sort of thing, and basically the 360 families that are living right there would be gone. Now, they would have gone back on the rolls of homeless somewhere or into substandard housing.
If we had 300 people all of a sudden get housing vouchers trying to find housing, and we would not be able to do that, we're not sure that our system would be able to tolerate that. You can imagine if 1,500 people were suddenly in that system of care, it would certainly overwhelm the housing system of care as we moved people through. We count on developers like Habitat for Humanity to develop really flexible, low-income housing for folks who need that.
It's a national example that they're setting with this project, where to show that creative redevelopment, infill development does not necessarily equate with displacing low-income people. Here's the first time that we know of in the United States where an organization has come in and made a commitment to the existing residents of a mobile home community that they can stay, and now they have much better quality housing that's still affordable.
And it just takes a lot of hard work to push a project like Sunrise across the finish line. We just need to keep the trend going. We need to keep pushing and keep integrating folks into the community.
And it's going to require everybody, from volunteers to donors to advocates to partners, to step up side by side with us to do our part to alleviate the crisis.
I think that it's important to remember that the work that you've given is sort of cascading and building exponentially throughout the community, even if you can't see it.
If you have any desire to give something back to a community, any desire to see and be part of something that will be a tremendous success, I really suggest highly that you give Habitat a chance.
We're stretching ourselves. We're building 20 homes a year, whereas just a few years ago we were building 6. So I'm asking more of my staff. Our board of directors is working hard. Our volunteers are working hard. So if you donated $100 last year, consider donating $150 this year. If you've never given to Habitat, consider a donation, or at least learn what we're doing so that you can support us or some other housing provider in this area, because together we can do this. We can tackle the affordable housing crisis, and we can make this a better Charlottesville for everybody.
And there's no words to thank all of you for the selfless act of kindness that you give to complete strangers every day. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you.